Each of these glitches, glow-in-the-dark paintings, are actually an invitation to harmonize our personal vision with our choices. So it's realigning ourselves with who we are, what we need, and what we would like to achieve in life as a journey. So I guess each painting is like a reminder or a wake-up call for a collector or whoever enjoys art in general to wake-up call to self-consciousness. I think it's really time to reconfine ourselves into somehow a silent mode and get really profoundly in touch in our inner parts. So these visual reminders, I think, could be not helpful, but at least a keynote saying, okay, here I am, and what's next? Again, since this series is somehow critical towards the quality of whatever is delivered by media, a media platform, I titled the series Televisions, where television is not only the hardware, whether it's a smartphone or a classic TV set or whatever, it's not only the hardware that delivers a certain content, which I'm questioning, but is also that perceptive vision that certain visionary people have to do something different. So there's sort of calembour, playing with words at two levels. Television is a hardware set, which is now delivering to my standard very poor quality and very disturbing and very glitching. And televisions as perceptive visions of people who are dreamer and doers to change their life and influence also other life in a positive way for a betterment of our civilization. Let me add only one detail about linked to the title. If you notice, apart from the San Sebastian and the origin, all the paintings have a sort of pictorial frame which reminds the design architecture of a TV set. So these are crafted TV set which produce different imagery. Authentic, you may like it or not, but it's authentic and it's portraying the glitch contemporary present. My name is Gianluca Vernizzi. I was born in Modena in Italy in 1964. I've been traveling basically all my life, starting from the age of 6. 38 years background in the paint industry, and finally my passion for art unfolded officially back in 2014, and I started to devote most part of my time to this activity. Well, let me explain you the background of this television series and painting show. The background is our present time. Apparently the reality that media don't say doesn't exist. And I find that brutally violent and unfair, a form of control and conditioning over people's individuality. So we are at a point where people can't really make a clear distinction about what's true or false. And such distorted reality, it's a fabrication epitome of the media show business. Clearly there's someone behind that, but I'm not even interested in that. What I'm interested is in anthropological aspect of such conditioning. And I call that distortion glitch. So something out of focus, something that is disturbing, something that is out of our reality. That's the concept behind that. Okay, the origin of the television exhibition goes a little bit prior to the pandemic time, so probably around 2018, 2019. It goes on a specific topic that is very personal, but it's about my personal perception of our daily life, and that's the social content I'm bathing in. So, and by perception, I mean the quality of understanding the reality and the quality of processing as an individual the reality in a way that makes sense to me. And I guess that principle applies to each of us. So the one thing we can all agree about reality is that what isn't our reality is definitely whatever is dependent or bended to somebody else's imagination. So I painted over these 16 glitches painting around that principle. In order to pay merit to the principle that I just explained, so personal perception about reality through the media conditioning, I used a combination of high technology media, starting from hybrid acrylics to these very special custom engineered body canvas which glow in the dark, in order to translate also into a physical experience beyond the conceptual content, the theme of transition along turbulent times like the current one, times which are very much crafted around suggestions, emotional pressure, individual conditioning, shaped around ideal standards of beauty or perfection, which are just actually surface aspects of who we are in depth. So in order to portray that dynamics, that psychological and social dynamics, I really choose very specific technology in order to give a visual and physical solid narrative to this series. So we have the painting behind me as the inspirational starting point, and over this series you may notice that only one is specifically different in terms of concept and imagery from all the others. And that's the one on my right, which is the San Sebastian. And they took the San Sebastian, which is a classic iconography of a Christian saint and martyr, as a solid point of reference of something clearly existed and in our religious and historic memories. Now, he was initially persecuted and shot through rolls near a tree, but he didn't die. He died later on. And so I portrait that figure as without rolls, but the arrow is outside the painting. So portraying him like shielded by the faith, the veil of faith. So in a non-classic way, I portrayed San Sebastian. And he's a solid visual reference, clearly determined, that opens all the rest, which is glitching into this contemporary world where nothing is really on focus. It's slick, bold, maybe fashionable, appealing, but it's really out of focus in terms of what we really need, or what we really need to adopt as a personal help to support who we are in terms of discovery.